Hey guys, I'm Jeff.
I'm Beth.
I'm Charlie.
And this is Bourbon and Ballz, a little special episode tonight with Baker Drinks.
Yes, Laura and Troy. We have been following you guys for quite a while, and I'll let them, fill this part in too. But they end up taking my Saturday evenings,
Yes.
which is quite entertaining and it's fun. I look forward to it. It gives me something to look forward to every week.
Yes, it does.
So I do appreciate what you guys do for the bourbon community and on Whiskeytube. And I know there's a lot of channels out there that people could watch, but honestly, we enjoy watching your guys immensely. So, Laura and Troy, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves as far as how you got started and, how often you guys are on air and all that stuff.
Yeah, so we kind of started as like a lockdown / COVID project, I guess.
A little late in the...
Yeah, a little later in the COVID. We started collecting whiskeys and getting more into drinking neat bourbon and stuff like that earlier in the COVID. And we amassed quite a collection, and watching other channels on YouTube thought, our collection's just as good as theirs. We could probably do that. And then one day Laura decided to start the channel while I was at work. Couple months later, I found out about it, and here we are.
Surprise!
And actually, I remember Laura when she was solo, believe it or not, because I think if I'm right, I think you were on some other channels too, kind of streaming in and helping out, if I remember correctly. I mean, that's a while ago, but memory serving correctly, I do remember when you were solo. So.
Yeah, I think I did it by myself till we got to about 500 subscribers, and then I didn't want to do a live stream by myself. That sounded real scary and really boring to talk to myself. So then he joined, and now it's been both of us ever since.
So are you exclusively on YouTube, or do you have other platforms that you're on as well?
We're mostly YouTube. We have an Instagram and a TikTok, but we don't use it as much.
We neglect those.
Yeah, we're mostly YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. We're the same.
Yeah, we're kind of the same. We're trying to build up a little bit on our TikTok, just because it seems to be the next platform, the hot platform.
Man,
right now.
that's a whole different generation.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if they're old enough to drink yet.
That's true.
I tried putting together a little video, some pictures we took at Boone County Distilling, and I'm texting Beth going, how do I make this a video and not just have to swipe?
Well, in your defense, a week ago it would just automatically go into a video form, and now it's you got to pick this or this, and I'm like, because I messed up first, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
So,
I have to ask, so as a woman in the bourbon world, how did you get started? What got you started wanting to drink bourbon or even do this kind of thing?
Well, I would say it's probably was a
Ruh-roh.
football game.
Uh-oh.
We were.
Volume there.
Oh, no, I didn't. Hold on.
Okay.
Forget it.
Say it again. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Charlie.
So,
No, you were there to begin with.
okay, we always had family over for football games. We watched UW football, and we'd always drink. And then we had probably 5 whiskeys in at the time, and we decided just to try them all. And since we watched Whiskeytube before we started drinking, I don't know how that happened, but so we decided to try them all. Decided we kind of liked it and wanted to get into it, and then so it's kind of a family thing, I guess.
So, being a sports fan, is UW the Huskies or the Cougars?
Huskies.
Huskies. Yep.
Which one went to Alabama?
Huh?
What?
The Huskies coach.
Yeah, our
so you're
head coach.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, if that's where he wants to be, I mean, he'll probably leave them in 2 years as well. So.
Yeah, I think he was only at UW for 2 years, and they renegotiated his contract like 4 times. So I don't really.
It sounds a lot like Cincinnati. Cincinnati's always had a great coach, but it's always a stepping stone to something bigger. They're here for a couple years, like Kelly went to Notre Dame, and and what's his name went to Ohio State.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, or not Ohio State, Wisconsin.
What conference are you guys in now that the Pac-12 is over? Not to get off the topic, but we are Bourbon and Ballz. What conference are you guys in now?
We just start the Big Ten this season.
Ah, damn, you went to Big Ten? Ah, shit. That's great. Good for you all. We're in a freaking Big 12.
Wait, what?
Well, you
You're
see,
talking about UC?
UC.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking Ohio State because I'm
I-
in Ohio.
We down here in Cincinnati do not like Ohio State.
I am not an Ohio State fan either, but I'm not. I mean, I don't mind Cincinnati.
Right, but you would think
But I'm a
being in
Michigan
Ohio,
fan.
we would support Ohio State, but in our neck of the woods, at least in our tri-state area,
yeah,
you don't find a whole lot of Ohio State fans. Like, it's either you go to University of Cincinnati or you're Ohio State, and we are really strong in the University of Cincinnati. So when Michigan beats Ohio State, I actually don't mind it. I actually like it.
Yeah, I love to. I am an Ohio State, or I mean, a Michigan fan. So,
Well, good for you guys being the Big Ten. I'm jealous. So, all right. Well, back to bourbon. So, anyways, as far as your guys' channel and all that kind of stuff, tell us as far as how viewers can find you guys and how often.
Yeah, so we put out a video every Tuesday, usually around 2:45 p.m. Pacific, and the Tuesday videos are typically a whiskey review, and then we put out a video on Fridays at 2:45 Pacific, and that's usually like a list video or like a discussion topic or, you know, just something fun for us to do other than a review. And then Saturday evenings, like you already said, 6 p.m. Pacific, we have a live stream. We usually have a guest from another channel on with us, but not every time. We're kind of in the middle of a blending tournament right now that we are hosting on our channel.
Yeah, you are.
yeah, yeah. Well,
We got
thank you.
That was your blend.
That was my blend, yes. For the record,
I had no part of it whatsoever. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys do it again for Christmas time.
I think we're going to. It
Yeah.
had just an amazing response. So, you know, we just
So
got to
for
put
those who
together
are
last minute.
Yeah, for those who don't know what that about, why don't you guys explain what that? But I don't mean to interrupt, and when I get excited, I interrupt. And I'm sorry, but tell people at home as far as what the blend sanity is all about.
So we just put it out there that we wanted to do a blending competition, and it was going to just be 16 people. I didn't think that there would be that many people interested in it, but it filled up in a day, and we actually ended up with 18 because 2 more alternates joined. So we extended it just a little bit since they sent us samples, they got to be in the tournament anyway. And so we started it, and it was just it had to be a blend of whiskeys, at least 2 different bottles, but as many as people wanted, and we're just tasting them, kind of scoring them, and then going off the average score between the 2 of us, so that if I pick one and he picks one, we'll see if there's enough difference in points, and that'll decide who the winner bottle is.
Yeah, that actually happened in one of the matchups where I picked a different winner than Laura, but the composite scores had one person as the clear winner. So
yeah.
What's the so 2 is the minimum. How many? What's the largest blend you had? Like, how many have been in one blend?
There's no maximum, but what we've seen so far is one person submitted a blend with 5 different whiskeys in it.
Wow.
Okay. And then I think what we should have done next year or next time is we need to go back to their early videos and see what they personally like. And that's how you win these contests.
Yeah.
It's not about what we like. It's about what they like.
But I mean, the only offshoot, or I guess the oddball in there, was probably the AM Scott. They're the Honey Barrel AM Scott. It's a local distillery up here in Troy, Ohio. They've only been around for a couple years. Yeah. It's an MGP blend, and they did it they put it like 6 months, I think it was, in a Honey Barrel. So that's kind of the oddball. The Peerless Double Oak, I think everybody knows what that is, I hope. It was the oddball was the AM Scott.
Sure. was a lot of fun though, so I really, really can't wait. Even though we got knocked out, my God, right out of the chute, we didn't even get going. But it was fun though. I like watching other people's blinds too. What you guys came up with, I sincerely hope that you guys continue to do that every so often because we definitely would like to be back in it, but we're also fans of watching it too. So
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
And I tune in every Saturday night as well.
Yeah.
If I ain't got nothing else going on or I'm whatever, but
right.
I enjoy your guys' show all the time. It's great.
Thank you.
So I remember that you guys done. Oh man, you guys will be able to remind me too. It was a distillery tour in your guys' neck of the woods. I don't know. This is probably 2 months ago, about a month and a half ago ish.
Yeah. You talking about the Quartz Mountain Distillery?
Yes. Yeah. So for those who are new to Baker Drinks, I would highly suggest. I love distillery videos. I think it gives us an education that we all didn't know before. So you learn a lot about that kind of stuff. So I do encourage people out there to go look at that. The one thing I am curious about, and I remember asking you guys this on the version 1 show, which no one will ever see, is your guys' scoring system. I am intrigued with your guys' scoring system as far as how you guys came up with it. As I am with a lot of channels, as far as how did you guys decide to do it, and what is your guys' scoring system when you guys do your shows?
So we kind of came up with it. We stole some of it. We adopted it to our own practice and just kind of morphed into what we currently use. But we consider the nose, the palate, the finish, and then we have like an overall where we consider like the value of the bottle. MSRP versus what we had to pay for it, the presentation, all that kind of stuff. And it's a 100-point system, and pretty much anything in that 70 to 75 point range is going to be like a pretty good shelf staple type bottle, like your read stuff like that. Getting up towards the 80 points, you're looking at like Friday night pours. Like the 85 to 90 is like a special occasion, then above that is like a unicorn type of bottle. Anything like in the 60s is probably a mixer, and then anything 50 or below, we don't recommend drinking.
I love this. Now, do you guys keep, and we're at fault for not doing this, and we're trying to catch up with our own shows. We're close to kind of hopefully releasing an app. But you guys keep log of that at all, or do you remember maybe from previous shows as far as maybe what your worst ones were to maybe what are your best ones to date?
We haven't been doing the scoring system for very long. We kind of were just doing like a recommend or that kind of thing. And we decided we liked pretty much every whiskey, so it wasn't a very helpful thing in our reviews to not have some kind of score. So we just started it this year, and we have a book. I don't have it next to me, but that we write our scores in, and then so we could go back and we can look at that. And our best one, we have not scored enough of our whiskeys so far, but I would say our best one is probably it might be the A batch of the Larceny this year, or
really?
So we've had
maybe the Old Kirk.
No, the was it the jury or the judge?
The High and Wicked.
It was a High and Wicked, scored like
one.
86.5 points.
That
for
was
us.
the highest, yeah.
Man, I hear people talk about that, and I just wonder about it.
What is it called?
Well,
The jury. What's the distiller? Oh, hold on
High
one
and
second.
Wicked.
So
Hold on a second. I'm going to re-ask that question here in a second. Can we get into that dog? He was like chewing the heck out of that bone. And I can hear every minute. What? I understand. We have a Bernedoodle. His name is Weller, but he's chewing the crap out of our dog, or out of our bone right now. So you can hear him because of it. Huh?
You can come get him. He's coming to my house.
You can babysit him all you want.
Play with Frederick out there.
Anyways, all right, we're gonna edit this part. So, what were we talking about? Oh, the best.
Well, the distiller for the
The jury.
judge.
Oh, the jury. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll cut back in on that one. All right, so All right. So tell us a little bit about the jury. Who is that, and what is that all about?
So it's bottled by a company called High and Wicked. It's actually sourced out of Tennessee, though. This particular blend, it's like 15 years old, finished in Madeira, and we were more intrigued because of the amount of transparency that's on the outside of the bottle. I mean, they tell you literally everything a bourbon nerd would ever want to know. The type of still they used, the mash bills, the barrel entry proof, the exit proof, the age, the finishes, how long it was finished in each barrel. Just an amazing amount of transparency on the bottle. And so we took a chance on it. It was a little more spendy. I think we paid around $110 for the bottle. It was a birthday present from Laura to me. We brought it home and we finally reviewed it, and man, it was amazing.
We brought it home like a child.
Just wrapped it in my
it like a baby.
You probably did.
I'm curious. What's the proof on it? Do you remember? And then what's maybe the mash bill or close to it?
I want to say it was around 115 proof.
That's a sweet spot.
I mean, I could go grab the bottle if you're really curious, but
yeah, how about it? I wouldn't mind learning more about that. If you don't mind.
I'll go grab it. Take me just a second.
All right. Did you find the bottle?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool bottle.
The jury. Okay.
Yep. So it says its barrel entry proof was 115 and exit proof was 104. So I guess it's only 104 proof. From Tennessee, non-chill filtered, aged in new white oak number 4 char for 14 years, and then finished in ex-Madeira casks for 12 months. Bottled cask strength. It has a column still. The mash bill is 84% corn, 8% rye, 8% malt. It released April of 2023. All that information on the front of the bottle.
Oh my God. That's the most descriptive bottle I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
No wonder you got it.
Man.
Yeah, that's why we bought it, because we're like, well, there's never been a bottle that had that much information on it. Hopefully it means it's good.
They weren't hiding anything.
84% corn, 84% rye, and 84% malted wheat.
84.
That'd be like 400%.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
8% rye, 8% malted wheat.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't add up to 100.
This is why we lost the blend sanity. I just want to say.
And then we keep our notes.
What is
that?
This is our book that we keep our notes in.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like the Holy Grail.
Yeah, it's got this like old, like really thick paper.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it.
I got one just like it.
Wow, that would be nice. That'd be nice to see. You should put that on your Patreon.
You probably wouldn't be able to read it. Terrible handwriting.
Oh, that's me. When you come home on a night after work, what do you grab? What are you gonna drink?
Depends on the night of the week and how bad the day was.
Yeah, there you go.
And if I'm going to have more than one pour, if I'm just going to have one pour, I'll usually grab for something pretty special. We kind of have a motto here that every day is a special occasion, so we don't save our bottles. We try to open and drink everything. If I'm going to have one pour, I want it to be something memorable, something that I can sit with for a good amount of time and enjoy all night. If I'm gonna have multiple pours, I might start with something like JTS Brown or an Early Times Bottled in Bond and work up from there.
We have yet. Okay, so another viewer on the show that we all know, Rusty. He has convinced me to go get the Well, you guys have too, but convinced me to go to the JTS Brown. We're gonna blind that thing against the Richard Reserve Rare. And one of our future shows.
I was gonna say
Rich and Rare Reserve.
I got the wrong one.
Yeah.
So I thought. So when I was in California, I was all geeked up and I got this thing.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
This thing was $13, but I got the wrong one.
But it's
plastic. So I'm like,
no.
I could put this in my damn luggage. So I ended up going overweight. Thank God the guy at the luggage thing gave me a pass. But otherwise, this 13 bottle would have turned into an extra fee. But anyway, that's all. So the JTS Brown, Troy, you said quite a few things on that JTS Brown before in your past shows. You really, really do like that.
Yeah, I think for the price, there's not a much better whiskey out there. We get it for about $16 for the 750 here. And that 100 proof Heaven Hill is just really, really good whiskey.
Yeah, we're going to try that out here in a few weeks and see what that's all like. We see it on our shelf all the time. I just walked past it. Actually, I think it's on the bottom shelf. I walked past it.
Is it the 8-year?
Yeah.
It's 8 years.
Oh, it's the bottle I have is non-age stated, so.
Oh, okay. There's no way JTS Brown.
The Heaven Hill, though, is it the 8-year you're talking about?
So Heaven Hill bottled in bond, I believe, is a 7-year
Yeah.
product.
7-year. Oh,
Yeah, we're not even talking about that.
I'm just asking questions for Ben because he's not
Yeah, he's off the side of the slide.
He's trying to behave.
We got him muted.
I don't know what it's like in other states, but I mean, it's nice in Ohio that they can now get it.
Right. So locally, our theme was Ohio distilleries. What we just did here, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Troy. So, what is in comparison to where you guys live? Maybe the viewers don't know as far as what would be some of the good examples that that is local to you guys that perhaps maybe the rest of us do not know. What do you suggest?
So it depends on if you're drinking like a bourbon. I would recommend like the
Woodinville.
Woodinville up north of us. Bull Run to the south of us.
He loves Bull Run. So Ben off camera, he loves Bull Run.
Very good.
So I believe they still source their bourbon, but their American whiskey and their single malts are all distilled by them now.
Nice.
If you like single malts, I would recommend Westward out of Portland or Westland out of Seattle.
Or Copperworks.
Or Copperworks out of Seattle. So like Washington State is like craft distilling. I don't want to say Mecca because there's bigger states, but we are like the third or fourth largest state by volume of craft distilleries. Washington's very friendly to the craft distilling scene. Licensing is like in the hundreds of dollars versus the tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you've got a space to set up and start distilling and the equipment, it's real cheap to get going in Washington. So I think we've got several hundred craft distillers here.
Yeah, most are small and not found anywhere other than like the distillery or like local to them though.
Well, that's kind of how like Northside is. Mm-hmm. They really haven't been outside of Cincinnati. They might have a bottle in Columbus, but that's as far as they really go.
Right.
AM Scott's kind of like that as well. And like I said, it gives them now that extra footing to get out.
So do you guys have like a trail, like a bourbon trail, so to speak, where, maybe there's an organization that kind of brings all those distillers together?
I know there is one in Oregon. We haven't done it, so I don't know what it's called.
You were coming with what?
You got it.
It's not. It's not. You don't.
What? That was coming.
I've heard that there might be one through Washington and up into Canada, like the Northwest Whiskey Trail or something, but I haven't really looked into it, so I don't know anything about
it. The website, if you go to it, makes you question whether or not it's legit or if somebody just created it.
So I looked at it once like a year or so ago and haven't looked again because I was like, I don't think that's real.
Yeah, now there's lots of different craft brewing trails out here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ohio just came out with they have a distiller, Ohio Distillers Trail, I think is what they call it.
About 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. And I think there's like 30 ish distillers with across the state.
But nowhere near what you guys have.
No.
But I think it's like a spinoff for the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, which obviously is the main bourbon trail of all bourbon trails. And and that's interesting.
Yeah, it's gotten so popular they now have what they call a B line, which is all of your northern Kentucky distilleries. 40. Yeah, and there's how many? 40?
40.
40 in Ohio. Yeah, it's on that. Because I went on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail last weekend, and I visited, I think it was 11 different distilleries.
This makes my gut hurt.
Good gosh.
Yeah, in three days.
Heartburn already.
In 3 days.
Oh, okay. That makes it better. 3 days. Good God, dude.
But then
Three a day, just about.
the other line they have,
Three and a half.
they call it the B line.
Yeah.
And it's all the northern Kentucky distilleries, plus they include bars and restaurants that serve bourbon.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy the blind, at least, if nothing less. And then,
Yes.
and you guys are absolutely great. Well, I'm not going to use I'm going to say it only to say it, but not because I want to say it, because I get tired of hearing it from Matt. What is the power couple thing?
I'm not even sure what that was about.
He uses that thing like ad nauseum. And God love you, Matt. And we owe a lot to Matt anyways. I know we're not on the show and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll have him on one day. He is the reason why we kind of got started the way we did. He's on our Friday nights, and I highly recommend you guys, the viewers out there to do Whiskey Wisdom on Friday nights. But you can definitely end a nice weekend with Baker Drinks on at 9 p.m. our time.
Eastern time.
Eastern time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I imagine that you guys got to keep that in your mind quite a bit, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
That's kind of how we picked the time we did, because it's not too crazy late on the East Coast, but it's late enough that we can try to eat dinner before we do a live stream, because 6 o'clock is pretty early even to do a live stream. But
it was more so we could finish watching the football game.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You didn't pay for NFL Sunday ticket, by the way, did you?
What happened there? Oh, the lawsuit?
That lawsuit,
No.
the NFL lost. And if they they lost like 14 point some billion dollars.
I like college football. I don't know what it is about college football, but I just think there's more purity in college football, at least for me. But anyways.
Yeah.
But all right, well, guys, man, this was. I'm glad that the audio was so much better than it was before, and I'm glad the viewers now get to see who you guys are versus us just talking about you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're out there, I highly, highly recommend Baker Drinks on their live streams. I mean, that is their niche. They do a great job. Their videos that they put out, the list that they put out, the bourbon bottles that reviews. It makes me want to go out and get Rebecca Creek sometimes, but Troy, I know how you feel about that. You guys do a wonderful job out there. I look forward to your guys' shows every week. Keep up the good job, and I'm very glad you guys joined us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming back and dealing with our shenanigans. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
It was our pleasure.
Yes.
I was hoping to see the light up bottle again, but these were pretty good.
Hey, you know what I found out real quick? I found out what that bottle is all about. It was the Eclipse bottle. They made that especially for the Eclipse. That's why we had the little. Yeah, that's why we had the light up bottle. I don't even know where that bottle is.
It did not last. The light died I don't know what kind of battery they used.
Yeah.
Charlie wouldn't let me pull the thing off and try to replace the battery. But
Yeah, that will be in our lost archive. No one will see that. It's all memory. But no, I hope we can do this again sometime. Like I said, you guys are great people, and we look forward to your guys' stuff every week. So, thanks again for sharing your evening with us. Where I'm sure you could have been doing something better, which I'm sure there's a lot. But nevertheless, I do appreciate you guys
whiskey
coming
with
on.
friends is a great time.
There you go.
Yeah, you got that right.
and give me a little time. We got a couple of our Oktoberfest and our pumpkin beer coming out, and our pumpkin beer is. I would put it up against any beer in the country. Any pumpkin beer in the country.
Yeah.
So give me a little bit, and I'll ship you guys out a little sample of what we have to offer, and then see what you think. Oh,
Sounds
and
awesome.
Dennis said send him some Bull Run.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Bull Run.
Bull Run. Yeah.
Well, where'd you find your bull run at?
I had it shipped from Oregon.
Oh, you did? You like it that much? Oh, okay. That's like his shit.
I need someone to ship me some, please. Take it.
Well, all right. I'm going to put you on mute.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, I appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I'm Charlie,
I'm Beth.
And I'm Jeff.
and they are the Baker Drinks.
All right.
We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys.
guys later.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye bye.